Scouting bets. Week 15 is here. Week 14 is over. First, I want to say, that Ravens Browns game probably was the game of the whole entire year. That was a crazy game. Lamar Jackson coming out of the locker room after taking a dump to win that game. I mean, that was a crazy game. I'm the biggest Browns hater, but that game kind of made me a Browns believer. I know the Ravens have been struggling, but that was a crazy game. I'm a believer in the Browns. Good win for the Ravens because they definitely needed that win, but that was a hell of a game. Week 14 is under wraps. I cashed out the ticket, of course, on the Cardinals. I know a lot of you thought the Cardinals were going to lose. Don't be a prisoner of the moment. The Giants are a bad team. Once again, the Giants are a bad team. The Bengals are a bad team. I know everyone was saying the Cowboys would lose. The Bengals are a bad team, not a storyline, as some people would say. Would have cashed out a perfect day. Once again, we only missed on one game. I thought the Saints defense would give Jalen Hurts some problems. But shout out to Jalen Hurts, man. The guy balled out against one of the best defenses in the league, and he won that game. Hit on everything else. But it is what it is. Cashed out one ticket though, but the Saints, they blew that game. I think they got screwed. I really thought they recovered that onside kick, but it is what it is. Week 14 is in a wraps. I really wished, games I wish I picked was the Titans. I mean, they ran all over the Jags. I really wish I picked the Titans and the Bucks. Those are two games I think, were I should have picked those, but it is what it is. Cashed out on the Chargers. It was like $300 to collect 576. It's all right. I'll take that. Only missed on one game though. That sucks, but I'll take it. Just cashing out a ticket. But we got week 15, so it's a new week and it's a new day. These are all of the spreads for week 15 brought to you by the Santa Fe Station Casino here in Las Vegas. But these are all the spreads. We got a Thursday night game. Chargers versus the Vegas Raiders at home. Everyone and their mother right now is taking the Raiders. As you can see, the spread is 3.5. Everyone's taking the Raiders right now. I don't know if the line is going to move up anymore from there, but everyone's taking the Raiders. I mean, the Chargers finally won a close game against the Falcons, but as everyone knows, the Falcons have been struggling basically this whole year. I don't know what's up with Matt Ryan. He may have he may have checked out a little bit. I don't know, but everyone's taking the Raiders. I would put my money also on the Raiders. That's kind of one of those toss-up games. I personally do not bet Thursday night games because anything could happen on a short week. But here's some things to know. The Chargers, they do have a lot of injuries right now. So I think that's why everyone's taking the Raiders. Keenan Allen, is hurt. The right side of the offensive line is hurt for the Chargers. They have to travel to Vegas. It's not a far travel. I mean, let's not get crazy here from LA to Las Vegas, but it's a short week. They got to go to Las Vegas. A lot of injuries. And let's face it, the Chargers have been losing a lot of close games. I know they finally won a close one, but they've been losing a lot of close games. They're 5-16 under their new coach. By one possession games. 5-16. They've been losing a lot of games close. Everyone's taking the Raiders. I'm staying away from that game, but hey, if I would put some money on the Raiders. Also, we got some Saturday games, mixed with a little college football if you wanted to. You got Panthers, Packers, and Bills, Broncos. Obviously, I'd go with the Packers there. That 9 spread though is kind of high. The Panthers are not a pushover. They're definitely not a pushover team, but the Packers, they got -9 at home. Now, the Packers did lock up the division. That's something to know, but I think the Packers are also gunning for that number 1 overall seed. So they still are motivated to play. The Saints, they're still in the battle for that number 1 position too. So the Packers, they're still motivated to win. The Packers are home. I'm going to take the Packers on this one, just because they're still going for that number one seed. I don't know if they cover the 9, just because the Panthers are a great team, good defensively. I know they lost a lot of games, but they play people tough. Maybe that's the game that you tease the Packers down. But I would take the Packers. I know that they're just going to win. I don't know if they cover that 9, but I like the Packers. Also, I love the Bills against the Broncos. Broncos, they've been struggling. They have a lot of turnovers, the Broncos. For the most part, the only way the Broncos win unless Drew Lock is perfect. They have to be perfect, and that Bills defense is pretty good. The Broncos secondary is suspect. I just don't see it. I mean, I love the Bills there at -6. I don't even think you need to tease that game, but I love the Bills there -6. They're trying to dominate that AFC right now. They got something to prove too. The Patriots have dominated that division for so long. The Bills have something to prove. I like that -6. Tease or no tease, I like the Bills there. Let's move down to Sunday. And of course, I'll get into some of my picks, in a couple of minutes. We got some Sunday games. Some of the teams that I want to touch on. Boom. Rams are going to destroy the Jets. I've been saying all week long that the Jets are pretty much going to go 0-16. I'm more convinced than ever. Now, mind you, the Jets don't have any wins. The Jaguars have 1 win. Right now, if you're the Jets, the number one thing you should be doing is losing. God forbid you win 2 games or 3 games or whatever, and you screw yourself and you don't get Trevor Lawrence. It was all for a total waste. So right now, the Jets, they're in the business of losing. It's the same thing when Andrew Luck was coming out and the Colts were losing games. It makes no sense for the Jets to win games. It just doesn't make sense. And right now, just letting you know, the average loss on the road by the Jets is 19 points. 19 points against the Rams. Aaron Donald, that defense. Take the Rams there. Another game Patriots, Dolphins. That's an interesting game. As you know, the Patriots, they're officially out of the playoffs for the first time, I think, in 17 years, which is insane. Dolphins, another team with a lot of injuries. But I don't know if some of you guys know, there's some insane stat that the Patriots, for whatever reason, they always lose at the Dolphins. I think in the last 10 years, they've only won twice, maybe even less than that. Tua may, he's been a little banged up, but the Patriots have been struggling. I mean, Cam Newton, Jesus Christ, he's last in almost every passing category right now. It's insane. It's sad to see because I like Cam Newton, but that Patriots offense, it's just hard to even watch. To be honest, I like the Dolphins there. That's a low spread. I really like the Dolphins there. It's tough because the Patriots are so inconsistent. They're hit or miss. Their defense might show out. It's a division game, Belichick. But to be honest, I really like the Dolphins there. The Dolphins, believe it or not, they're 10-3 against the spread right now. The Patriots are out of the playoff. The Dolphins are still in it. I would go the Dolphins right there. You got Seahawks, Washington football team. I like the Seahawks. I really do. The football team has a really good defense. They really do. I like Chase Young, man. He's doing really good. I like what they're doing on defense. But Alex Smith is probably not going to play. Washington's offense struggles a lot. I really like the Seahawks. I kind of like a tease in the over just because the Seahawks defense is suspect and maybe they could put up some points, but I didn't take any action on the over. But I like the Seahawks. I really like the Seahawks against the football team. Once again, the football team, they have a good defense, but they're not a good team. They're in the NFC East. Don't week to week they may get a good win, but I'm not a believer in them. I like Russell Wilson. They're still going, they're still going strong. Playoff hopes. I like the Seahawks there. Bears, Vikings, I don't really have much into that. I'm just gonna go with the Vikings there. But I don't have any action on that game. Ravens are gonna destroy the Jaguars, straight up. Same thing, the Jags, there's no point in winning games. You have the chance at the number 1 overall pick against the Jets. Ravens, that was a good win against, especially Lamar Jackson coming out like that in the fourth quarter. That was a good win against the Browns. I'm a believer in the Browns, to put up that many points, Baker Mayfield, all those guys. That was good. That was a good game. The Ravens are going to destroy the Jags. That's a good tease game right there. And speaking of the Browns, I got to go Browns against the Giants, man. Wasn't a believer in the Browns. When they went 0-16 a couple years ago, I killed it just betting against them every single week. But I got to love the Browns there. Eagles-Cardinals, once again, Jalen Hurts, he came out hot. I don't know, against the Cardinals, what happens. Cardinals are at home. Cardinals are in the playoff hunt too, but I like the over in that game, especially on a tease. I didn't take any action on that yet, but I might tease that over. Chiefs Saints. Saints locked up a playoff spot, so that's a tough game. The Chiefs locked up a playoff spot, so that's a tough game. The Saints, they're coming off a loss. The Saints are home. They do have a really good defense. The Saints, they burned my ticket last week just because I believed in that defense and Jalen Hurts should have struggled. They dropped the ball that first half. They could have won that game if they had just showed up in the first half. That's a low spread, but you can't bet against the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs in the over in that game just because the number one seed is still on the line with the Steelers still, going pretty strong. So the number one seed is still on the line, so the Chiefs are still motivated to play. I don't see how anyone could bet against the Chiefs right now with the backup quarterback. I know Taysom Hill is doing pretty good, but you got to take the Chiefs there. Niners, Cowboys, I'm not touching the Cowboys again. They did me good last week, but I'm going with the Niners just because they're deep. And Steelers, Bengals, of course, the Steelers are going to bang on the Bengals. I think you just tease the Bengals just because, Tomlin, they might be up, backdoor cover, run the ball. You never know. But I always tease the Steelers. There's a lot of good matchups this week. But let me show you. I know this is what you guys want to see. What are you putting your money on? I know a lot of people are always scared to put their money on, especially you haters online. But this is what I got. Like I said, I like the Bucks against the Falcons. This is a two-team parlay. I think I should have. Well, only Sunday will know. I should have maybe taken these games separately, but I'm going for glory. Screw it. Bucks and the Browns, man. Bucks -5. Bucks are still in the hunt for the playoffs. I'm going -5 and Browns -4 against the Giants. The Giants are a bad team. They are a bad team. Daniel Jones is a turnover. He's a fumble waiting to happen. So that's one ticket there that I'm doing for this Sunday. Next ticket is a 7-point teaser, 3 teams of the Packers -2 against the Panthers. I thought it was going to be, a close game. So just to be safe, teased it down to -2. Rams -10. Just to be certain, the Jets, they struggled against, the Raiders struggled against the Jets, but just to be safe, I don't see it, but just to be safe, -10 against the Jets. Seahawks +1.5 against the football team. The football team has a pretty good defense, but I love the matchups this week. Packers, Rams, Seahawks. And once again, mix and match these tickets. You don't have to do exactly what I do. Once again, this is just to, show my picks and help people win bets. And I even put a third ticket in here. Chiefs +4, and I like the over, 44.5. And Ravens -6.5 against the Jags. The Jags have no business winning games. You have Trevor Lawrence floating around there at the number 1 pick. You have one win. You got to hope the Jets can upset someone, and I know you don't want to mess that up. And then the Ravens coming off that game, Ravens need to basically almost win out for the rest of the season. So I like the Ravens there. These are my picks for Week 15, man. I did 2 3-point teasers and a 2-team parlay of Bucks Browns. Now, guys, once again, mix and match these. And I know I've been missing a lot of tickets only by one game. So if I were you guys, just take a look at these tickets, mix and match it, see what you like, take one off, put what you put on. But once again, man, this is Scouting Bets Week 15. Happy holidays. Please subscribe. Drop your picks for this week. Let me know what you're picking. Let me know, what you guys are thinking. Leave a comment, a like. Once again, guys, thank you for the support. Happy holidays. Peace.